Hi, I'm Carlos Benavides from Beautiful Life Golf.
I'm Dan Manis with Vital Movement Performance Physical Therapy.
And we're here today to give you a little bit of pre and post exercises that you can do to feel better on the course, right, Dan?
That's right, man. Golfers really, I think, have a hard time taking care of their body when they get out on the course. We know we get out there, sometimes we're pushing our tee time and it's just hard to get a warm up in. And so we want to find a good balance between something that's really, efficient, covers the body parts, and gets us ready to play.
Gotcha, man. Do you think a big problem the golfers have isn't so much what they do, but it's doing too much too quickly?
Yeah, I think jumping in really fast and trying to get, multiple systems going at once and being able to define, kind of a simple warm-up that covers general full body movement, working up into some speed is kind of a good,
gotcha.
Good kind of approach to take.
And to the golfer that says like, oh, I don't have time for that kind of stuff, like, I just want to get out and play. What do you have to say to that golfer as far as like a time to warm up? Like, hey, it's not so bad. You can kind of get it done in a few minutes.
Yeah, I generally tell people taking 3 minutes away from your swing time to be able to really kind of get your body warm, get your tissue moving is going to not only help you with actual performance, but it'll prevent injuries and things of that nature.
Gotcha, man. So walk us through what a good, quick but efficient warm-up would look like. I'm about to tee off in 15 minutes. I got to get this done. I just got here. I hit a few balls. Or before I hit a few balls, what's something that I can do? So
first what you're going to do is get you kind of a long club. Sometimes I like to use a band for this, but most people are going to have clubs in their bag,
cool.
Right? So take it at the ends.
Longer club would be good?
Longer club's good.
Cool.
Take it at the ends, feet about shoulder width apart, and you're just gonna reach that club all the way up over your head. Just feel a nice stretch through your shoulders, up into your back, squeeze those shoulder blades, come back down. I usually recommend doing it 5 to 10 times. Just kind of feel that pull at the top.
Yeah.
Okay, good. If you have full range of motion, you can kind of go all the way through and feel those shoulders stretch back.
My.
Taking a longer club for that is gonna help. Don't try to do that with your 5-iron, otherwise you might end up.
Don't get your wedge out for that one.
That's right. So yeah, that kind of gets the shoulders moving. You should just feel good control throughout every single portion of that range of motion. If you can go all the way back, great. If you feel like you're tight and you just need to stop at the top, that's effective as well.
Good, love it.
Good stuff.
That's nice for the shoulders there.
Yeah, right? Feels good,
Love
get you
it.
loose there.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move into the thoracic spine. That's gonna be kind of from your bottom of your neck down to your bottom of your rib cage. So I like to get out into a kind of lunge stance for this one. Arms straight out in front. Again, about shoulder width or towards the end of your club. Okay, and then you're just gonna rotate over your leg, feeling that pull through your mid-back.
Oh, that's nice.
Good, we're not moving too fast on these yet. We'll get to speed later.
Gotcha.
And
so this is kind of mimicking that backswing I gotta do in a little bit.
That's right. So do 5 on one side, feel nice pull, keeping your hips kind of stable where they are.
So we want to avoid the
that's
moving.
right. We're not trying to see how far we can go into it. That's not good process.
And absolutely no yanking and pulling and trying to, yeah.
That's right. When you're doing like a dynamic warm up, when we're just getting going, there's no need to bounce on the end of a stretch. We call that ballistic stretching, and it usually causes things to tighten up more.
Gotcha.
So if you're doing all these, bounce, stuff like that,
You're making things worse.
It can cause things to actually kind of recoil a little bit.
Wow, gotcha. And of course we would do the other side and go the other way.
Yeah, we're gonna do the other side, kind of front side, turning over that front leg. There you go. Good. If you feel any specific tightness on a certain area, I usually tell people maybe spend a few more minutes doing that one, or a few more reps, I should say.
Love it.
Good. Now we're gonna move down into the hips. All right, so what you're gonna do here is hold the club out to your side. This is just a little balance stick here. Take the leg closest to the club, and you're just gonna start swinging it. Okay, start within the range of motion that you have. Keep it controlled. Again, we're not trying to just whip this leg as fast as we can. As you go on this one, you can actually start to kind of increase your range of motion and feel that fluidity start to kind of set in versus just yanking straight into it on the first one.
Gotcha. No huge soccer kicks right off the bat.
That's right.
Gotcha.
Not trying to be a field goal kicker.
Awesome.
Just do the other side.
Other side. Any feels that I should look out for as far as when the leg goes back?
I would say make sure you're not having any pinching in your low back.
Okay.
Right? You should feel a little stretch across the front of the hip, but if you're feeling pinching in your low back, you may be going a little too far on that.
Gotcha. Do we also kind of want to be careful with the swing back and forth? We want to kind of stay upright?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Gotcha. Love it, man. So we've got shoulders, we've got hips, we've got thoracic. What's next?
So the next thing we're gonna do is kind of work on our step through mechanics here. So getting used to getting onto that lead leg. Okay. So I like to take the club out in front. The trail hand is actually kind of on the butt. So why don't you flip your club over there? There you go. And you want to feel like as we step and kind of mimic that swing motion, that you're kind of pushing through that, that butt of the club.
Nice.
Good. Feel that step out, transition of weight, and just get that body rotating.
Get it used to going forward.
And this is one that I like to kind of build up a little bit of speed on. And what you're trying to do here is just wake up that neural system of step through and get your body moving in this transverse plane.
Gotcha. Kind of letting the body know, nervous system know this is the movement we're going to be doing today.
This is what we're about to do. That's right.
Gotcha. Love it.
Last one is a more isolated hip. So club out in front. Okay. Why don't you turn sideways so they can see from the side what you're doing. Okay. Hands are there just stabilizing. Take a kind of golf stance, soft knees there, and then all we're gonna do is backswing first, turn the hips. Yep. So now we're going into more isolated, separate the top half and the bottom half.
Oh, that's fantastic. For all those golfers that need that feel prior to
That's right.
separating.
Being able to disconnect the bottom half from the top half gets us
Oh, that's money, man.
a lot more range of motion, a lot more fluidity in our swing. Good. And then let's do kind of.
What should the breath be doing, Dan, while we're doing this?
Good question. You want to be exhaling as you're doing the kind of mimicking the swing movement. So
Gotcha.
you kind of, as you rotate into that position, inhale, exhale, inhale. Good. Same thing here. You don't want to overshoot and start to point your sternum or your chest bone here kind of down the line. You want to imagine that chest bone, if it had a laser, it'd stay pointing at the grip on your golf club.
Good note there.
There you go. So we're trying
Keeping
to
the
really
sky.
separate. Yep. That's good.
Money. That is so good.
Yeah. So those are 5 things that I love to do before golf. It covers all of our bases, everything from shoulder, thoracic, lumbar, and hips, and even some of the more technical things, shifting down to that front leg and isolating our rotation.
Beautiful, man. I mean, it took you just a couple minutes to explain it, so to actually go through it is even faster. I'm sure.
Once you kind of know it and you have it in your head, I mean, watch this video, save it, pull it up whenever you're out on the range, and kind of just flip through, and you can be through that thing in 5 minutes. I usually recommend 5 to 10 good quality reps before you start swinging, and it'll make all the difference.
Gotcha. And what is your take on what golfers should be doing post round, right? We know what we're supposed to be doing pre, but are we supposed to be doing something after our rounds, or do we just kind of just go home and chill out?
That's what I do. No. Post round, generally, doing some very brief long hold stretches can help, because we've been using that system in a very repetitive motion over and over again. Some people like to take the just swing the other way approach and unwind everything per se. You can do that, but I think if you just do some general lengthening stretches while you're taking your shoes off, right? Sitting on the edge of the cart or on the bumper, sitting there, take a little hamstring stretch one side, hamstring stretch the other side. Also sitting there, taking your shoes off, cross the leg, lean forward. Just some long hold stretches through the back side of your body can be really helpful. The other one that I like to do after is just kind of spine extension. We've been doing a lot more flexion and rotating and making sure you're accessing that spinal extension range of motion after your round can sometimes be helpful.
Nice. So if you had to sum it up to 3 things, it'd be something like that. Those 3 things, like essentially the posterior chain, that your hammies, your hips, and let's get that back a little bit, right?
That's right.
Fantastic. We were doing one of these kind of just to get the hamstrings type of deal you were saying?
Yeah. So for your hamstring stretch, you can imagine that if you were sitting on the bumper of your car, on the edge of the cart, taking your shoe off, one leg's gonna go out in front, you're gonna pull that toe up towards you, and you kind of lean forward, sit your butt back, keep a nice knee straight. There you go.
And we can do this on both sides.
Yeah, both sides. Generally 20 to 30 second holds is all you need on
Gotcha.
that, right?
So I get home, I'm unwinding, I can do this before I hop in the shower or right after, just to make sure the body's taken care of.
That's right.
Fantastic. So that's number 1 right there. Number 2 would be?
Number 2, you probably want a club for this one, just to hold your balance. So you're gonna hold that position, you're gonna cross your leg over, and you're gonna sit back into a stretch. There you go. Lean forward, you should feel a nice stretch on the back of that hip.
That's glutes, hips,
You got
all
it,
in
man.
there.
You got it.
Yes. Especially for that left side, but for us right side golfers, right? If you're lefty, you're gonna wanna focus on this other side.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Gotcha. Is this a possibility too if I'm on my back? Is that kind of similar to kind of get into this guy?
Yeah, that's a good alternative there. It's kind of laying on your back, kind of going into what we call the figure four position.
Gotcha.
That's a good stretch.
Awesome. So another option there.
And then the last one would be just kind of extending through the spine, right? Kind of opening up that front side of the hips that's been kind of closed down and, you know, in that more flex position,
Gotcha.
opening up that spine.
Fantastic. And a lay down version would kind of be on my tummy,
That would
Superman
be more
style.
of like a Cobra position. You can try it. Let's
Gotcha.
try it here. So go flat, hands like in push-up position. Yep, perfect, just like that. It's a little bit more of an extreme. It really locks it into those hips. Really
Gotcha.
locks
So
it
we don't
into
got to
that.
get like so far, but
That's right.
even just here is
That's right.
totally sufficient.
That's right. Accessing
Gotcha.
those range of motion and extension. That's right.
Fantastic. So make sure you take these with you, pre and post round. Make sure you take care of your body if you
That's
want to
right.
keep playing golf, especially if you're competitive and want to stay out playing more golf. You heard it from Dan. He's our PT here in Austin. If you have any aches and pains, any questions here in Austin, Texas, this is the man to go see. Make sure you reach out to Dan. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll see y'all for the next one.
Thanks, Carlos.
Appreciate you, man. Money.